Call our meeting to order today. It's August 18th. Hope you all had a great, enjoyable weekend. I've asked Mr. Andrews to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Herman. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. If we could get a motion to approve our minutes of our regular meeting from August 4th.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second Supervisor Howard's motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Get a motion to approve our demands and handwritten warrants.
I would move, Chairman Mack, that we go ahead and approve paying our bills, which are the demands and handwritten warrants.
And I will second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes. We will now turn our time over to TJ with the Sheriff's Department. Thank you for being here today, TJ.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Just asking for the ratification to approve an agreement between McDonald Counseling Services and the Graham County Sheriff's Office for alcohol and drug counseling services renewal.
Okay.
I mean, the classes that McDonald puts on helps with recidivism in our community, and he really puts a lot of time into the inmates at the jail as far as counseling them. So, I mean, he's just asking for we can renew the contract with him.
Okay. Questions, concerns from the
TJ, I
board?
just want to compliment you guys over there for the work you do on this kind of stuff right here. The reentry program has just exploded. I hear nothing good about it, and it's amazing that we have our officials to be able to dig in the way you do and to try to help these folks where they won't return to you and visit your jail. So my hat's off to you for doing that. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's nothing good. It's nothing but good. Isn't it?
Nothing but good, I'm sorry. Only Paul would have caught that, probably only, I don't, so I got egg on my face, but great job, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I concur, and I personally know Dr. McDonald, and he is a phenomenal individual. He really does care much more than a job. It's really a challenge, and he makes a difference. My question is, and I saw the list of subjects that he teaches and addresses. Does he need an expansion of his time, of his services, or does he get enough? Is the contract sufficient? You know, are we utilizing them enough? Can we A, afford to, and B, is there a need? And just for your consideration.
I believe what he has now, the time for his schedules on that Thursday, I believe it meets the needs of the jail, because we have so much more going on, because we have GD classes, we have other 12-step programs going on. So it's just not his program. Mary Richardson is doing a lot for our reentry. So our hours are taken up doing other classes in the jail to help our community. So.
Very good, thank you. Chairman Mack, I'd move that we go ahead and ratify the agreement between McDonald Counseling Services and the Graham County Sheriff's Office for alcohol and drug counseling services.
Glad to second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes. Thank you, TJ. Appreciate you. We'll now hear from Lori Bourne with the Treasurer's Office. Thank you for being here today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Cindy couldn't make it this morning, so I'm here in her place. So I'm asking for the board's approval this morning. Just a quick background, these are parcels that we foreclosed on for back taxes on behalf of the state. We offered them at open auction where there were no bids, so we now offer them over the counter. These parcels meet the requirement, which is the minimum bid is to cover all taxes, fees, and costs associated with foreclosure. So I'll go ahead and read those parcel numbers for the record. 103-32-139, 103-32-140, 109-59-017, 109-59-019, 109-59-083, 109-59-084, 109-59-016, 109-59-018, 109-59-035, 109-59-064, and 109-59-074. So there are 11 parcels in total.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks once again for the cleanup, so I appreciate it very much. If there's no other discussions, I'll make a motion to approve this as read.
And I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Now turn the time over to Herman Andrews with probation.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. We are here for approval of a new probation officer position for our increased standard caseload.
Okay.
It'll be funded by the state.
Okay.
Is this a new position or is this one that was empty?
It's a new position.
Gotcha, okay.
And just to follow up, were we able to get the state to also provide a vehicle, or are we responsible for that?
A vehicle for
this new probation officer?
probation officers don't have vehicles.
Well, they
It's-
don't.
No, it's standard.
Okay, very good.
Go ahead and make a motion to approve the new adult probation officer.
And I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. Now turn the time over to Eric Engel with planning or with our engineering department. Sorry about that.
Morning. This first one is we're looking for approval of the 9th Amendment to our professional service agreement with Tetra Tech for the Gila Valley Watershed Plan EA.
Okay.
I have no questions.
Yep. 9 amendments is a lot, but this has been a long contract, and I'm pleased with all these amendments that it's being funded with a grant. So I encourage the completion and look forward to the final report. I'll go ahead and make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we go ahead and approve the 9th Amendment to the Tetra Tech Professional Services Agreement for the Gila Valley Watershed.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes.
Okay, the next one is approval to accept a quitclaim deed for right-of-way on Central Road from Sam Daly.
Questions, concerns?
Always happy to get right-of-ways, so I would certainly, if there's no other questions, Paul, I will make a motion to approve the quitclaim deed for the right-of-way of Central Road from Sam Daly.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes. Thank you, Eric. All right, we'll now close our regular meeting and go into a public hearing, and we will turn the time over to Manager Welker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. This was a first one for us, at least in any recent history. But this is a request somewhat similar to a request we'd get for a liquor license. So the ultimate approval lies with the state, and this one with Arizona Department of Revenue. They're the ones that govern and authorize bingos. And this request is from the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 10385, located at 3481 West 8th Street in Thatcher. They certainly have had bingo there before, and this is just a continuation of what's been going on for many years. So What they're requesting from the county is an endorsement, similar to a liquor license, your approval, your endorsement, and then the ultimate approval will lie with Arizona Department of Revenue. So we're holding a public hearing as is required for these requests, and turn that over to the board for discussion and deliberation.
I've always understood they had bingo down there anyway, so this must just be a formality or to fixing it or making it official, I suppose.
Continuation, I believe.
Yeah.
There was a transition, I think, that they at one time considered closing because of the lack of membership, and a new group has come in, lots of the Gulf War veterans who have come in and kind of revitalized that, and this is an essential as part of to raise funds, and it's you know, it's just an awful lot of people enjoy the bingo, and I don't see any downside, and it's lots of upside, and gives people a nice place to enjoy that. So I would go ahead, and I saw the list of responsible people who would be running it, and so it's to me it's almost a formality. I'm pleased to support them and wish them well, and the trend nationwide as we a lot of our service organizations, fraternal organizations, they just close the doors because the members are graying, and here's a group of people who are bucking that trend, and I'm pleased to see them keeping the doors open and that facility operating. I'd go ahead and move to approve the local endorsement of Graham County for the VFW bingo parlor.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. All right, we will close our public hearing now and take this opportunity for our county manager and members of the board to give a brief summary of current events, and we will start with Manager Welker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board again. Just going over a couple things in our staff report. We had our first month of finances for the fiscal year that are presented in there. We're working on a lot of projects, a lot of purchases with our new budget. We're, of course, paying for all the things we have to pay for at the beginning of the year, and that's kept us really busy. Some of the projects I just want to provide an update on out at the fairgrounds. Our Department of Corrections paving crew has officially moved on to a different project. I think they're over in Perryville is what we hear. But they did finish the 4 parking lots as far as what they were responsible for. The contractors come in, ALK Contractors, and has been moving fairly quickly on the curbs out there, and is doing a very good job. So our plan is once the curbs are done, we'll get the asphalt back smoothed out and according to plan, and then when the highway department brings in their boot truck in September, before that boot truck leaves, we'll be putting an emulsion down and rolling it one more time. I appreciate the highway yard for helping us get that one to the finish line. So we're excited for that. Also, we've been hauling a lot of riprap out to cover up our drainage ponds and protect those from eroding. And Trey and Jim have been doing that project. They're doing a really good job. Continue to work with Bowman on the master plan, and they are working on plans right now. Their landscape architect came down, and we walked through Curtis Landscape Nursery just to look at the different tree types and get an opinion from them on what does well and what would do well out there with the type of soil we have and the water we have available. So we had a really good meeting out there. The parks has been really busy with livestock shows and gun shows and finishing up the adult softball league still. And we've also been working with AYSO with Donna and doing some readjusting of the fields, a little bit of some reorganization that they wanted. So we went and laid out all the fields, and they've been lining them and thatching them and painting them. And I have to say, and I've heard it from a few people, our soccer fields look better than they ever have this time of year. They've done a really good job getting those ready for soccer season. So we're excited about that. The highway department in the last, it's been a little while, but they're done painting our newly chip sealed roads. They look really good. They've done a really good job. They've been filling shoulders in a lot of places, cutting brush. They went through the alleys in Thunderbird Mobile and cleaned all those out, which was quite a project. And just been working on a lot of grading and shoulder work throughout the county, and a lot of mowing as well. Just an update on a couple of our big projects, road projects this year. Eric is working on the tally wash plans and has been making some good headway. Our last bit of right-of-way easement that we're working with is with Freeport. So once we get that, we should have all of our easements in place to be able to do that project, and the design continues on with him and our structural engineer, Mr. Udall. That's going well. Engineering has also started looking at Emery Road and Sanchez Road and doing surveys out there and working on alignments and drainage plans for those two big road projects too. And lastly, for planning and zoning, when we had our meeting with CSA last week, Mr. James Menlove from Gila County came down, and we were picking his brain about abatement and junk properties and what they do. And I received an email from him and his staff over the weekend providing me with all of their abatement ordinances and their processes to clean and lean and all those things. So I'll be going over those with Steve McGoy, also get with our county attorney and review those and see if we can find a path forward on our many abatement properties. I know is a priority for the board, so we're working on that. And that's my report for now, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Manager Welker. Supervisor Howard?
Yeah, I'll be real brief. On the 5th, I attended the Gila Valley Irrigation District meeting and listened to the problems that our farmers are facing, and ranchers, of course, but that wasn't in that meeting. But the drought, the ongoing dropping of our water table is very serious for a lot of wells drying up. They're probably in the height of their water, peaking out of the water season, probably 3 more irrigations. Don't know if they'll make it or not, but they're trying. And on the 6th, I had a great conference call with our House Representative Siscomani about some different issues that I'm involved in, about the wolf, delisting of the wolf, the Mexican gray wolf. Visited with him about it and got his viewpoint of it. Also had another conversation about him on the 501(c)(3) cut in funding, and also if it came back, the accountability that these organizations would have to do. We had a very productive conversation about it. On the 7th, I had the opportunity to speak at the luncheon at the Rural Policy Forum, and that was a great opportunity. There's a lot of people there from around the state we got to showcase Graham County, Safford, Thatcher, Pima, Fort Thomas, all of them. It was a very good meeting, a lot of attendance, a lot of good information. And I was very honored to be able to open the lunch session of that. And on the 15th, I had the opportunity to go to the Pima High School ribbon cutting. What a fantastic school they've built down there. They worked hard, they worked fast, they got it done. They have a few hiccups, but it's going to be a great addition. Like I was talking to Donna earlier, if I was a high school student, I would want to be going to school at Pima High School. That's a great facility, and I seen County Attorney Scott Richens there. I'm on today, Scott. I'm sorry, being it. But anyway, I got to pin that, and then come back here real quick to the state transportation meeting, and I'll let Paul fill you in on that. That's all I have.
Thank you, Supervisor. Vice Chairman?
Thanks. 2 weeks ago today, in fact, during our budget hearing, I had the opportunity and the privilege of representing the board at the Thatcher 8th Street ribbon cutting for their improvement project, and it was great to be a part of that and to address them briefly and commend the Thatcher. That's one of the few, in fact, almost unheard of. They had no change orders for that project, and it was a very complex project with utilities and irrigation and right-of-way and railroad and everything else, no change orders, which is remarkable and says a lot for both the designer as well as the town of Thatcher. So it's a great addition. We indicated to them that we have planned. We don't have the money yet, although we have enough money, but we don't have money dedicated to it. But to extend some of the improvements, not curb and gutter, but to 8th Street, to widen that from First Avenue to Ray Lane in Thatcher as a way of dovetailing with that project and improving that area's growing. So that was great, and I appreciate the board for that assignment, the chairman for that assignment. Later that week, was participated on a hearing for the Arizona State Liquor Board, and a request to, there was a Quick Mart in Prescott Valley, and the Homeowners Association opposed having a Quick Mart go in and trying to use the liquor board or the liquor license application as a way of shutting the project down. Anyway, long story short, Quick Trip is a good corporate entity and adds a lot of value to the neighborhood, and so that was approved. Then Monday evening, I went to a Safford City Council meeting and advocated for citizens, especially people on fixed incomes and people who are impoverished, and they had commissioned a rate increase study for the utilities, as well as eliminating or at least reducing greatly the net metering for people who've invested, like Ron Tolman and Ron Marble, people who've invested in solar for their homes. They want to, instead of paying them for their electricity at the city rate, the retail rate, they want to reduce that greatly. So I would just ask ask them to be careful as they set the rates, because of the impacts it has on people who are less able to afford that, and I have great confidence that like Councilman McGoy and some of the others they do have a concern for those, and they'll be conservative and as they move forward on that. There's one more opportunity in October for they're going to have a public hearing. This was just preliminary issue whether or not to proceed with moving forward at looking at the rate study, and which passed. To finish off, I had a busy Friday. Appreciated both Hannah and Dustin, our manager and assistant clerk, for helping to set up and host the Arizona State Transportation Board. They had a meeting. They traveled down here, and most of the board were in place. This is in support. Not only does this give local people a chance to provide input without having to travel, but it also gives a chance for them to see the road conditions and the situations and see for themselves. I wanted to commend Jenny Howard, who's our State Transportation Board representative, not only for our county, but Gila as well as Pinal County, for her phenomenal work, and then her husband John, who travels with her most of the time and is very conversant and probably part of their pillow talk is the state transportation funding. So and then as soon as that meeting was over, I wasn't able to travel to, but attended the Southeastern Arizona Governments Organization Executive Board meeting, and we talked about a number of things, including economic development and continuation of things like Area Council on Aging, Meals on Wheels, transit, Blake Foundation, all the things that they have a role in, and as well as transportation funding. So that was a good meeting, and I appreciate the opportunity again to serve and represent Graham County. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I don't have a lot to add, but wasn't able to attend the Pima High School groundbreaking on Friday, but as I came into town on Sunday, here's this beautiful school, and I just want to say my hats are off to Mr. Rickert and the Pima School Board, and I know they had a lot of hurdles to get over, and man, what a great accomplishment. It's such a beautiful school, and just cool to come into town and see that big, beautiful new school there. I also want to thank Dan Turley and his crew again for the work they did at the fairgrounds, and I don't know if you've been out to see it, but they did an amazing job, and just want to thank them for all that they did out there. Gonna now have our call to the public, and we're gonna start out with Kat Sticklin with Wreaths Across America. Good morning.
Just before she starts, Kat is, if you don't know her, she serves with the American Legion Auxiliary and has been the lead for making Girls State happen for the high school, the ladies, the high school students who are juniors to get to go to Girls State, and she is not only helps organize that, but then she goes on and spends the better part of a week with them, and she's remarkable. Lots of good things that Kat does.
Great.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and the board chairman. I am here today to talk about Wreaths Across America. This is a program that is nationwide, and it is placing live wreaths on the graves of the veterans. And we have a rough count of approximately 3,000 that we have permission to go out. There are 33 cemeteries listed for Graham County. We have permission for 15. So with that 15, we have about 3,000 wreaths we need to lay. And also we need to have money to buy them. They're $17 a piece, 2 for $29. So we're going to be going out into the community. We're going to try placing different jars in different entities to have people donate towards this. It sounds like a lot of money, but if you look at the artificial wreaths, they will not last. These wreaths will last almost 2 months. They start out green because they are watered down before they're brought in, and they turn a golden color, which is really nice. So we put them on the second Saturday in December, which is the 13th this year, and then we will be taking them up on the last weekend of January. That gives people enough time if they come for Christmas, New Year's, to go out and look at them and pay their respects. These wreaths do not require any care while they're out there, but they do retain the beauty and they do honor the veterans. So basically, what we came here today is to say we're still here. This was originally started under several of us combined together to form the Graham County Citizens Alliance. That was 4 years ago when we first started. 3 years ago, we became incorporated. We have not worked a lot under the incorporation because we did not need it at the time. We now do. So I'm getting it up and running as it should be. And so we're going to be out in the community, and we are asking for volunteers because with 15 different sites, you can imagine what it's going to be like trying to get them out there. I thank you for your time today. If anybody wants to do any donations, it'll be out shortly into the public. You can contact me at any time. and my phone number is out there all the time. Is there any questions anybody has for me?
Just thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thanks.
I think we've allocated money. Yeah, and we can't engage because of rules of you know, public comment. We can't engage, but as you're walking away, I'll let you know, reassure you that Reach Across America was part of our community-based organization gifting this year, and there are funds that we'll be providing based on when you send a letter, we're requesting. So Graham County's on board.
You bet. Thank you. All right, next we will hear from Lon Whitmer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On August 15th, 2024, the county engineer asked to meet with us concerning Clough Avenue. We met with him that morning where he asked if we were aware that the Whitmer Family Trust owns Clough Road without easement or public access. We responded yes. He explained that the county had executed a minor land division without public access and needed right-of-way on Clough Avenue to correct their mistake. We agreed to donate Clough Avenue to the county under 3 conditions. The first 2 dealt with the county's assistance to clean up the boundary issues on the 3 parcels that we own, similar to what the county has done historically with road issues in the past. The third condition was that the road needed to be chip sealed. After assessing the issues to be resolved, the county department heads agreed to this path to correct their mistake. Since this time, the county has executed more minor land divisions and issued 2 building permits which have no public access to Clough Road or Clough Avenue. The county has brought 2 contracts forward for review. The first was poorly written and had no protections for the trust interest. The second contract had several ways for the county to back out of the contract, giving us back a road that contained easements and public access, making the contract useless to us. 1 year later, there have been many hurdles that have been overcome in the process of donating this road. We're at the point where we need a quiet title to be executed in order to clean up the boundaries. This will take 3 months or more to complete, and I am told that there are 9 county officials that agree that the strip of land in question belongs to the Whitmer Family Trust on the farm. However, if any county official opposes this quick claim, it will cost us thousands in attorney's fees and time. And it'll also tie up the developer's money and property while it's being litigated. All over a mistake that is the county's responsibility to correct. What I'm asking is that I need help from the county supervisors to mitigate the risk of complications when we do this quiet title, and I'd like to address that in the work session if we could, please. Any questions?
We can't engage with you in a call to the public, but thank you for being here and appreciate your comments.
We'll talk to you in the work session. That's the proper venue.
All right. Next, we'll hear from Rachel Whitmer.
I want to thank Johnny for stating that they are always willing to take right-of-way. When I worked at in the engineer department, I was there for 11 years, and periodically I would request that they take Clough Avenue, Whitmer Street, and Adams Avenue. It was never done. So I would appreciate it if you could expedite this. Our property is held up in this process, so please help us.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Next, we will hear from Matt Sherwood. That's you, buddy. Okay, thank you. All right, is there anybody else here for public, for the call to the public? All right, seeing none, we will adjourn our meeting, and thank you all for coming today.